Like most people who grew up in the 1990s, I grew up watching a lot of Tom Cruise movies. As a kid, I remember that first Mission Impossible movie being huge, but I also liked watching his older movies on VHS. One of the most exciting movies from Cruise's filmography was the 1986 movie Top Gun. I've seen it several times, and although it may not be a perfect movie, I still think it is super fun. I mean, ultimately, it is the movie that made Tom Cruise into a huge movie star. A new resurgence in popularity for the movie started last year with the release of its sequel, Top Gun: Maverick. That got me interested in learning more about the production of the original 1986 film, so I went to work and did some research. So with that, here's Top Gun: 10 Things You May Not Know. Number 10. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer has said that Tom Cruise was originally hesitant to star in the film. Bruckheimer wanted to cast Cruise after seeing him in the 1983 movie, Risky Business. The producers arranged for the Navy Blue Angels to take Cruise up for a flight, performing a multitude of stunts which made Cruise sick and throw up. Afterwards, Cruise was really excited and went straight to a payphone calling Bruckheimer. Cruise told Bruckheimer excitedly that he was in and that he loved it. This isn't all that surprising, considering Cruise has gained a reputation for being an adrenaline junkie who does a lot of his own stunts. Number 9. The US Air Force-inspired movie called Iron Eagle was released a few months earlier the same year as Top Gun. It was originally going to be released to theaters in the summer of 1986, but it was moved up to January so that it wouldn't create confusion or have to compete with Top Gun. Being more over the top in tone, many critics and fans mistakenly think that Iron Eagle was a rip-off of Top Gun, despite the fact that it was actually released first and in production around the same time. Unlike Top Gun though, Iron Eagle didn't have cooperation from the US military and had to turn to the Israeli Air Force for its aerial scenes. In recent years, Iron Eagle has gained a cult following, and clips of it recently appeared in the successful Karate Kid Netflix sequel series, Cobra Kai. In the show, Iron Eagle is humorously referenced as character Johnny Lawrence's favorite movie. Number 8. The character Charlie, played by Kelly McGillis, was based on a real-life person named Christine Fox. The producers met her at Miramar while doing research for the film. She technically was never an instructor at Top Gun, but she was a maritime air superiority specialist who used her math and physics background to develop tactics for aircraft carrier defense. Fox had a very successful career, rising through the ranks at the Pentagon, retiring as acting Deputy Secretary of Defense, which at the time was the highest post ever held by a woman at the Department of Defense. Number 7. A lot of the flying stunts were done by Scott D. Altman. At the time, Altman was a US Navy captain and aviator. He was a member of Fighter Squadron 51 based in Miramar. He was actually one of the stunt double pilots for Tom Cruise and wore the Maverick helmet, which he has said in past interviews was small for his head because they had only fitted it for Cruise. Altman eventually went on to become an astronaut for NASA, flying on 4 different missions. Number 6. The elevator scene where Maverick and Charlie meet after his workout was filmed during post-production after the rest of the movie had already been shot. If you look close, you can see that Kelly McGillis is wearing a hat to cover the fact that she had already colored her hair for a different acting role. You can also see that Cruise's hair is a little bit longer as well. Number 5. Tom Cruise's character Pete Mitchell's first name was originally Evan in an earlier draft of the script. It was later changed to Pete as an homage to Pete Pettigrew, who placed Charlie's older male date during the bar scene early in the film. Pete Pettigrew, a technical consultant on the movie, was a retired Navy pilot and Top Gun instructor who shot down a MiG during the Vietnam War. His call sign was Viper, the same call sign for actor Tom Skerritt's character, Commander Mike Metcalf. Number 4. After the car chase where Charlie tells Maverick that she doesn't want anyone to find out that she was falling for him, Maverick originally had a line to say in response. Tom Cruise forgot the line though, and improv'd by kissing Kelly McGillis instead. Director Tony Scott liked the improv kiss so much that he kept it in the film. Number 3. Actor Anthony Edwards, who plays Goose, has said in past interviews that Goose singing and playing the Jerry Lee Lewis song Great Balls of Fire was not originally in the script. He said that director Tony Scott called him on the same day that they filmed the scene before he got to set and told him that he wanted him to play piano and sing the song. Edwards replied that he couldn't sing or play piano, and Scott told him they would have a piano teacher and a voice coach there. Just hours later, they ended up filming this memorable scene. Number 2. A stunt pilot named Art Scholl died during the production of the film. He intentionally sent his Pitts S2 camera plane into a flat spin to capture footage, but he failed to recover, plunging into the Pacific Ocean about 5 miles off the coast, near Carlsbad, California. Scholl's last words over the radio were, "I have a problem. I have a real problem." The exact cause of the crash was never really determined, and Scholl's body along with the plane were never recovered. He was 53 years old at the time of his death, and the movie was dedicated to him. Number 1. Paramount offered the military the option to include a Navy recruitment ad on the initial home video release in exchange for debts the studio still owed the military for their cooperation during filming. However, the ad agency that made commercials for the U.S. military informed the Pentagon that the movie itself was sufficient enough for recruitment and that an additional ad would just be redundant. When the movie was released, the U.S. Navy set up recruitment stands in major cinemas around the country to try and catch adrenaline-charged guys coming out of the movie screenings. There was a 500% increase in applications coming in for recruits wanting to sign up for the Navy's aviation program after the film was released. Well, that was Top Gun: 10 Things You May Not Know. Thanks for watching, and if you want more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to the Dave Likes Movies channel right here. All my movie reviews and other film-related content can be found there.